working?
Oh, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Hollywood Dog Litter. And these little monkeys just turned 3 weeks old. And they're looking a little more active today. They're playing with each other. Oh my goodness, the cuteness is real.
I know.
So if you missed our live stream on Friday, the puppies have moved into their larger pen area. And so they are really enjoying their bigger space now. The first day, they literally had space right before we went live, and so they were a little bit not sure about what was happening, and there was some whimpering and kind of wandering about aimlessly trying to figure out what was going on. But this is kind of neat to see them just relaxed in this environment now. So hello, everybody that is jumping on. Busy place this Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, everyone. And hello, Harry and Gail and Jess, Robin. And the puppies are definitely getting a little more coordinated and a little more mobile. If you're joining us for the first time, feel free to post any questions you might have in the comments. And even if you're not joining us for the first time, comment in the video to let us know where you're tuning in from. And it's always interesting. We had somebody yesterday watching from Alaska. We've had people from Europe. It's very interesting to see where everybody is kind of dialing in from to watch these little cuties. So the puppies have some changes happening in their world. They had Panicure this week, which is a dewormer. We've stopped doing the biosensor exercises now. So those exercises we showed you at the very beginning when we started live streaming these puppies, where we were kind of turning them upside down and touching their toes and all that kind of stuff. We've stopped that off, kind of faded that off now. And we're introducing now novel underfootings into their environment. So you'll notice that right now they've got these little foam mats under them and blankets. We're trying to kind of stick with things right now that are not super slippery because they're just learning how to get their feet under them. And hello, Gail.
So they're also another thing that their teeth have erupted. So
Sorry, they're what?
Their teeth have erupted. So when they bite you, you can feel little teeth in there now.
Oh, that's very exciting. All right, so we have little tiny piranha teeth coming in. The little baby teeth are super, super sharp because they're breaking through the skin for the very first time of their little gums. So they do still sleep a whole bunch, so we're very lucky today. Our timing worked out nicely that we get to actually see them awake and interacting. Oh my gosh, is that Scooby?
Scooby was getting the skunk here. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
The broadcast is paused on my end, Tracy.
Oh.
I don't know if your connection is.
It looks like it's still on. Do you want to take your
Okay,
Wi-Fi
no,
off?
we're good now. We're good.
Is your Wi-Fi off? It's working?
We're good,
Okay.
Tracy.
Hey.
Sorry, everyone. Just a little bit of technical difficulties. I don't know if that paused for anybody else, but it did for us. So who's the biggest puppy and the little?
And then Nana, who is right here, fast asleep. She's still the littlest by not a lot though. They're all very, very close.
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's a big difference.
Yeah, and some days one maybe has a growth spurt and pops ahead for a little while, and then another one is the small one for that day.
Nice.
They're starting to recognize even people now. When people come into the pen, they kind of come up to us and solicit some pets.
Well, that's very exciting.
Yeah, all these, they're becoming little puppies all of a sudden.
Little more mobile.
Little mobile.
Look at that little squishy foot. Oh my goodness, they're adorable. So if anybody has any questions, so Tiff is asking when did they start solid food? So about another week, and then they'll start solid food typically at 4 weeks old. And by solid, we start them out with kind of some soft, soaked kibbles to kind of introduce it, get them used to it. They'll still be nursing for a few more weeks still, but that'll ease off as the volume of kibble they eat goes up. And so we'll when we start feeding them, we feed them their solid food first, and then mom comes in and nurses them after they've eaten solid food. So then they nurse less because their bellies are already full of some kibble. So.
And I find this week a little bit, I think Quince finds it a little hard this third week because their teeth are erupting, and I just noticed seems like it's a little bit more painful for her this week.
Yeah.
And then she so I always find this week kind of a difficult one for Quince. She's not enjoying the teeth coming through as much.
Like most nursing mothers, I would think. So, but that's part of the weaning process too. Is, if it was just magical for mom the whole time, she would also be very willing, eager to kind of continue. And so all of these little pieces of the puzzle work together to help get these guys transitioned and independent and eating on their own. And oh my goodness, Chloe, the little prancy walk as she's lifting her feet there, that was very cute. So it's interesting seeing them checking out their environment and toys and grabbing things too. You think, 3 weeks ago, these little monkeys couldn't see or hear, and now they're toddling around. They look like little drunken sailors.
Yeah.
Tracy, there's 7 puppies total in the litter.
8.
Or sorry, 8.
Yeah.
I can't count. Sorry.
I hope they're all here. Yeah, they're all here.
Sorry, I can't count 8 puppies.
There's one laying over here. Oh, did I wake you?
Maybe a little. I'm losing track, and there's 9 in Calgary. Anyway, yes, all the numbers. Marty's asking, are we still breeding the dogs during this time? We're not, actually. We made the very heartbreaking decision. All of our girls kind of came into heat just after the pandemic kind of hit, and everybody was kind of on their kind of stay-at-home orders. And we really, none of us have a crystal ball during this time, but particularly at the moment that we had to make the decision whether or not we were going to breed or not, we needed to make the responsible decision, not knowing if, maybe some of our volunteers would get sick, some of our staff would get sick. And so we made the decision not to breed any more of our girls, which will definitely leave us at a deficit this year for the number of puppies we're expecting to bring into the program. And so it's a tough call because we'll feel the ripple effect of that for a long time, particularly. So those of you that aren't familiar with dog breeding, dogs cycle twice a year. And so when we skip a cycle like that, and actually some of our girls, one of them that came into heat only cycles once a year. So it means that we're giving up essentially. She won't have puppies for 2 full years. Because we skipped a heat cycle. So that was a very tough call for us, but it was the right one. And we may have some more litters later in the fall when some of the girls that have the shorter heat cycles kind of come back in, but we'll make that decision at that time. But we needed to make sure that we were looking out for our staff and our volunteers and ultimately any puppies that we produce. So, but... And Susan's asking, are the puppies matched with razors randomly or personalities considered? Absolutely. personalities are considered, and also, so we look at not just the lifestyle of the raiser, but also their experience with us as a volunteer. So we talk a lot about how many puppies old are you when you are a volunteer at PAD. So the more puppies you raise, the more experienced you are. So the more dogs you work with, the more tools you get in your toolkit, because every puppy teaches you something. So we try very hard when we have young puppies like this to try and put them with experienced people. And we've kind of changed our puppy raising program a little bit over the last few years. We're shifting more towards a model where we get our really experienced people to start these little babies. And then once they've got some nice skills and foundations on them, then we would hand them off to somebody maybe that's brand new, so that they're not, trying to assemble the car as well as drive it at the same time. And so most of these puppies, not only because of the pandemic, but just by design, will be going to people that have raised for us before. So Norcha, that just posted, is going to be raising with Natasha and Marlon, who have raised for us before. So they're going to be co-raising one of these puppies. I know another one of them is coming to my roommate. So I'm very excited. I'm not going to be raising myself, but one of these little ones will be co-raised with somebody in my house, and then another puppy raiser in our community. So it's kind of an exciting time for a lot of people watching these little ones grow up, because they know one of them is going to be coming their way. So, and our little golden can be sensitive little souls sometimes. So it's also good to have somebody that recognizes, canine body language and stuff like that really, really well. So to know how to support them better. Yeah, Katie just popped in. She's very excited. I think we're all very excited. Let's be honest. Fluffy Goldens. So do Goldens keep your black noses, or can they change to pink like Babs? They can change to pink like that. So those of you that know Pad's Red, that I raised for a while, she had a very black little nose. And then she went to another raiser, Amanda, out in Abbotsford. And the last time I picked her up, because Amanda was going away for a few days, her nose was almost completely pink. So it was quite interesting. So, and there, you do see something in dogs too, sometimes referred to as snow nose. So in the wintertime, their nose goes pink, and I'm not really sure why. I'm sure there's science behind that somebody knows about, but, and then in the summertime, their nose will kind of darken up again. Maybe like us, the legs go white in the winter and get a little more tan in the summer. Maybe it has something to do with that. I don't know. I'm guessing.
I also heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but do metal bowls make a difference? Or is that
I have heard that as well. I don't know if that's urban legend or if it's true. But yeah, they're sometimes the content of their water bowl, or what their water bowl is made of. But again, I don't know if that's true, so please don't quote me on that. But that is something that I've heard from people before about the color of dogs' noses. Interestingly, also, often we will have puppies with pink noses, and those noses will kind of be splotchy, kind of pink and black, and then over time they'll start to fill in, and then as adults they have black noses. So. So Megan's asking about an assistance dog puppy. We don't actually train dogs for autism, so that would be our friends at BC Guide Dogs, and so they train for that. We train service and hearing and PTSD, but we don't do autism spectrum. So we do, however, have a program called our VIP program, and so sometimes we place dogs that aren't suitable for working service careers, so public access, etc., as pets with children with disabilities. So your daughter might qualify under that program, but I think right now, Tracy's actually also our adoptions coordinator, but I think applications for that program are closed right now, correct, Tracy?
Yeah, I think our list is, pretty
very
much
full
full
right now.
for those. Yeah.
Yeah. Koa was a lovely boy. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, he's one of our VIPs from the gold litter that we had several years ago. So, yeah, Chloe is the one in the teal collar. She's got
She's one biting everybody right now and trying to get them waking up.
yeah.
Hey, Nana, hello.
Little monkey. All right. Well, we'll go for another minute or so. If you have any last minute burning questions, please feel free to post them in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. However, we will be back at 1 p.m. tomorrow with our helicopter litter. And from Calgary, those guys are now 6, almost 7 weeks old, so they'll be going out to their raisers soon. They're purebred Labradors, whereas these little guys are purebred Golden Retrievers who are getting all their floofs. Let's get a close-up here, Tracy. Oh, my goodness. Look at this little monkey. Just like a little puppy party there. I'm a little jealous. I would like to cuddle puppies.
They are fun. Got the fluff? Lassie right here is fluffy too.
Always really fluffy.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow. Thank you, Tracy and
You're
family,
welcome.
for sharing your babies with us. And oh my goodness, just the cuteness is overwhelming here. I love these little close-up of their faces and how they're just trying to gum/chew on everything. Those little teeth.
Come through.
Yes, and we have to say huge props on the Easter basket photos. Who took those, Trace?
That was Caitlin again.
Caitlin, you're amazing. Amazing. Yeah, I think we may have blown up the internet today.
There we go.
So they're absolutely beautiful. So thank you, Caitlin.
You're welcome.
Keep up the good work. We love the cute puppy pictures. So, okay.
They make
All
it
right.
easy. They make it easy too. They're cute.
They do, don't
Yeah.
they? They're adorable. Oh my goodness, some of those, like with the little paw sticking out of the basket. If those of you watching don't know what we're talking about, go to the Pads, scroll down on the Pads Facebook page after you finish watching, and you will see a collection of photos of these little monkeys sitting in an Easter basket. It's very cute. So, all right, we will see you all tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.